you doing, Steve? Filthy animal. How we doing, everybody? It's Kev Ashford back in the van for another Van Cam road trip. It's Manchester United against Bournemouth in the Premier League. It is match day. We're bringing the match day vibes here on the biggest Man United fan channel in the land. This is the United Stand, and let's get straight into this. Previously at Manchester United in the week, knocked out of the Carabao Cup. And I suppose it depends where you sit on this one. You know, were you disappointed to see Ruben's Reds exit that competition? You know, it's other managers have taken this competition very, very seriously early on in their careers. It tends to be a marker that they can throw down a bit, get the camaraderie going in the team, get that winning feeling. Obviously, Erik ten Hag managed to do it in his first season at United. But, I mean, in terms of the season, it really, it doesn't start today, but we could put down a massive marker. We need to get back to winning ways. And I know, all right, you know, Kev, we beat Manchester City the other week. We sure did. And what an absolute day that was. The scenes, Amad Diallo day again. But in terms of team selection, I think that midweek players were given opportunities. They sure were. And did they take them? No, I'm talking about you, Anthony, the fella from the Vavella, eh? What was all that about? I don't know. He's given an opportunity. I've heard that he trains very well, but he's just not. I don't see where he fits into this team. And leading up to this game, of course, a Ruben Amorim press conference now consists of, let's talk about Marcus Rashford for an hour, you know, and that is the main headline at this moment in time. I mean, could Marcus Rashford return to this team today? It'd be an absolutely massive call from Amorim. I think the media and the press are certainly building this into something, but what it all boils down to, man, is that there is not a place for me for Marcus Rashford in this team. It is not an agenda. I said it midweek on the Van Cam. You know, he is what Marcus Rashford has done by coming out and saying to, you know, Henry Winter that he's going to leave on his terms, and, you know, he will decide, and that's the ego of Marcus Rashford, in it. But I mean, in terms of a player that for me is 10 times the player that, you know, Rashford probably will ever be at the grand old age of 27. And then you've got Amad that's coming, and, you know, he comes off the bench. You know, we need more Amads in this team. You know, the goal, the way he chased down the keeper in midweek, not enough players do that. You know, and Amorim will want this from his team. He wants us to be on the front foot. He wants us to press. But when you look at that game in isolation, you know, we've scored 3 goals. Yes, we went out of the competition, but there's positives. There's massive positives to take from watching this team at the minute. And it really is encouraging, the fact that so many of these players are now tuning in, we'll say, to the way that Ruben Amorim wants them to play. And in terms of the way we were playing under Erik ten Hag, it is miles apart. And it's absolutely fantastic to see. Oh, and whilst you're here, you might as well just go ahead and finger blast that like button, because it's probably the only action you'll be getting today. I'm joking. But yes, I mean, in terms of the Manchester United starting 11 today, again, it's going to be Ruben Roulette, innit? Spin the wheel. Let's see what surprises he might throw in, but he has to go strong. And we talk about Ruben Amorim's strongest 11. I think you're starting to see that some players are not cut out for it. There's a lot of players that will not be at Manchester United next season, but the ones that are embracing it and are here for the ride, and Nana goes back in net for me today. There is no experimenting with Bayinda. I thought midweek it probably proved why he's Manchester United's number 2. I suppose you could say Tom Heaton, throw him in there as well, but he's a number 2 for a reason, and we certainly missed Anana. I know Anana's made mistakes that are well highlighted, but certainly playing out from the back, you need Anana in that team. And moving forward, I mean, Lisandro Martinez has not been good this season. Yes, he was good against Manchester City, but when you look at it on a consistent basis, but the 3 at the back for me, I'd go with Yoro, De Ligt and Martinez. And I think they complement each other so well. And at the same time, if he does want to mix it up, I wouldn't be opposed to Martinez sitting this one out and Harry Maguire playing, because Harry Maguire has done well whenever, and he certainly looks comfortable in a back three. He's got that extra protection. On the right-hand side, Mazraoui is definitely going in on the right-hand side and Dalot the left. And then the two number sixes are becoming not a headache, but I do look at Ruben Amorim and I think that he is definitely trying to accommodate Bruno Fernandes. I do not see him as a number six. I know he's done a job there, but for me, Ugarte, oh, what a player. This is a player that's worked under Ruben Amorim before. He knows exactly what is required of him, and he has been taking that task on and performing solidly for the last sort of 3 or 4 games. He is just getting better and better, and he's just pivotal to what the system wants to do. He can break it down, he can speed the game up, slow it down. He's been an absolute breath of fresh air. Next to him, I would go with Mainu. I think Mainu and Ugarte, what I seen against Manchester City was enough to suggest that moving forward that they could be the long-term partnership as the number sixes. Further forward then, I'm putting in Bruno and Ahmad as the number 10s. Ahmad has to come back into this team. It is an absolute no-brainer. Obviously, we know, and we've had the news this week, that Mason Mount is going to be out for a while, which is, from a personal level for Mason Mount, he's absolutely devastated, and of course you would be. Just seems to be one injury after the next. And up top, Rasmus Højlund gets in. There might be an argument for Joshua Zirkzee, but let's not forget this is Bournemouth. This is Old Trafford. It's Christmas! It's not yet, but sorry, I was just getting a bit giddy. I was out on the works do last night, so I'm a bit tender, shall we say, today. I don't know where that come from then. But yeah, it is Christmas, and there'll be a feel-good vibe in that stadium. We need to go out. We certainly need to get 3 points on the board. There's an opportunity here, I think, to really, really go at Bournemouth and do something we never did under Erik ten Hag. And that's from that was a whistle. From the first whistle, get straight into them and let this lot know that they're in a game. Take the game to them. Let me know your score. What was that floating down then? An orb. Let me know your score prediction for today. Are you as confident as Kev? I'm extremely confident, and I know people will be like, oh no, when Kev's confident we always get beat. I did say midweek, lads, it's only Spurs. Yeah, that one kind of backfired, but we move on, and I've got the love and the passion back for watching this team again under Ten Hag. The emotions were all over the place, man. I was an emotional wreck. I'm not now. I'm just here. I'm enjoying the ride, and I'm enjoying how interesting it is. What players want to be part of this system? Which ones are willing to change? Which ones are going to be able to do it? But I've just given out what I consider at this moment in time to be our strongest 11. Do you agree? Do you disagree? It's a democracy here on the United stand, and you can have your say. Who's wrong? Who's right? Football, it's all about opinions. It's like arseholes, isn't it? Everyone's got one. That's what football opinions are. But let me know. Get into the comment section. Thank you very much for all the lovely messages last week. Get a lot of love in the old comment section of people saying that they would like to take Kev out for a drink. That can be arranged. It really, really can. If we want to go for a drink, just slide into the DMs. Don't know what that is. But listen, I've got to go. I love you and leave you. I can't wait for this game today. I'll be back on the United stand in a bit. Fan forum and all that. Let's do this. And like I said earlier, it is Christmas. It's Christmas! And for United today against Bournemouth. Oh, Christmas, what's it all about? It's a come on! United!